We went to the park, we went shopping, we went to school, we went to the beach. No matter what memories I looked back on, they were nothing but fun times. To laugh, to pout, to quarrel, and then to laugh once more. We rode the monorail, we ate watermelon, we lit fireworks, we watched a movie. In these few remaining days we made all of little Michiru's dreams come true. We had fun sharing each other's company, and there were smiles all around. And now there was just one last wish to fulfill. The three of us went into town together and Didi saw us off. Little Michiru enthusiastically pulled on our hands to go faster. Even when Michiru had to chase after the little girl, we were all still laughing and having fun. Being together as a family made us happier than anything else in the world. The park, huh? That brings back memories. You two were still fighting over me back then.
あの時は兄様がミチルばかり構うから、何よりも私の気持ちにも知らんぷりしていましたから。
Well, that was my intention. You're both very important to me. I held little Michiru's hand tight. And now I can say for certain that I love you both, Michiru and little Michiru too. I wasn't holding Michiru's hand, but I still made sure to convey my feelings to her.
私もお父さんとお母さんが大好きだよ。そうですね。私も以前は少し違いましたが、けれど今は私も同じです。兄様もミチルも大好きです。
Love and happiness. Those are the most important things to have in a family. Which was why I wanted to keep on being a family. And now, there was just one last wish to fulfill. But were it to be fulfilled, I felt as though it would be the final curtain on all that. And so we walked and walked, dragging out the route to where we were going. But all the same, that final wish was absolutely paramount to fulfill. やっと一緒に来られましたね。 That's right. Last time, little Michiru got lost.
ごめんなさいでした。
It's okay. It doesn't bother me, and I'm not mad.
むしろいい思い出になりました。
Yeah, that's right. A very precious memory. Thanks to that incident, we became a real family. We shared our hidden feelings, and we were able to connect.
そっか。ならよかった。
She was glad. Her expression was one of relief.
みちる、他に何かしたいことはありますか？今度はここにピクニックに来るのも楽しそうですね。ピクニックは前に公園でしたから平気だよ。そうですか？お父さんとお母さんがいろんなところに連れて行ってくれたから。だからね、もう行きたいところはないの。我慢しなくてもいいんですよ。行きたい場所でもしたいことでも何でも言ってください。無理そうに思えることでもきっと叶えてみせますから。お母さん。
The smile plastered on Michiru's face almost looked like that of a beggar. She wasn't really focused on doing something to make little Michiru happy. I wondered if I should stop Michiru, but little Michiru solved the problem before I said anything.
それじゃあ一つだけいい？はい、なんでしょう。もう少し一緒にいてくれる？一緒にとなんてそんなことでいいのですか？
You don't want to go anywhere together?
それでいいの。だってね、私いつもうちで一人だったから。 レイとミチルに会うまではうちに人はいたけど一緒じゃなかったから。
誰も？
お父さんとお母さんにはなかなか会えないの。いっぱい働いてて忙しくて、私が起きる前に出かけちゃったり、眠った後に帰ってくるんだって。でもね、みんながお父さんもお母さんもすごい人だってたくさん褒めてくれるの。町の人たちとみんなのために働いてるんだって。
Little Michiru spoke proudly of her parents.
そうなのですか。
Michiru gave a wistful smile, as if she had remembered her past self. It was true, even though we had gotten older, we still didn't get many chances to see our parents. At this point, we didn't think of it as something to be sad about anymore. But that wasn't the problem here. There was something strangely lacking from the family that little Michiru was talking about. If little Michiru really was the past version of Michiru, then there would have been another person in her family besides her two parents. Her brother, in other words, me from the past. But I got the impression that there was no such figure in little Michiru's life. On the night when little Michiru first appeared, I asked Crow, is little Michiru really Michiru from my past? Back then, her response had been this.
可能性はあるな。何事もありえないなどということはありえぬ。
Crow didn't give me a flat-out denial, and we all jumped to conclusions so quickly, we didn't consider any other possibilities. So little Michiru must not have been the past version of Michiru, but rather our... The parents little Michiru was talking about surely must be...
素敵なご両親なのですね。
Michiru's voice made me look down from the sky and back at the flower field before me.
優しくて大好きなの。だけどやっぱりあんまり会えないのは寂しくて。だからレイやミチルはずっと一緒にいてくれるから、一緒にいてくれるだけで嬉しいの。
There was a hint of desperation in little Michiru's voice, while she awkwardly waxed lyrical about how much fun she had with us. Despite saying that she had fun with us, she also sounded apologetic in a way. As if she wasn't sure whether it was okay to accept our love. Little Michiru?
私がいい子だったら、レイもミチルももっと一緒にいられるのかな。迷惑かけないで、わがまま言わなかったら、もっと一緒にいられるかな。
そんなことはありませんよ。迷惑だなんて思わないでください。ミチルがいるから、私も兄様もみんな
大丈夫だよ。わかってるもん。
Little Michiru smiled in an effort to reassure us. She squeezed Michiru's hand to tell her everything would be alright.
お母さんがキュッてしてくれて、教えてくれたもん。お父さんが撫でてくれて、私と一緒にいるのが幸せだって言ってくれたもん。そしたらね、私のお父さんもお母さんも同じかもって思ったの。私が寂しくなったら寂しくなるよね。元気だったら喜んで、笑ったら嬉しくなってくれるんだよね。
Little Michiru held her chest out proudly and showed us a smile that looked almost transparent.
だからね、ありがとう、レイ。 こと教えてくれてありがとう。
It was like she wanted to dispel the clawing sadness inside her chest. It was like the smile on her face was trying to let go of all the fears and doubts in her heart.
二人のおかげだよ。だからもう大丈夫だよ。
みちる、
When little Michiru started to become strangely talkative, Michiru became a little confused. Oh, little Michiru must have noticed it too. Perhaps little Michiru sensed something that we didn't, since she was the one who had traveled through time. That this was the last day. That this was the day for us to say our goodbyes. And the moment Michiru realized that herself, she became distraught.
そんなこと言わないでください。大丈夫だなんて、寂しいなら無理をしないでください。
無理じゃないよ。みちるのおかげで全部わかったから。みちるがギュッてしてくれた時、とっても温かかったんだよ。そしたらね、わかったの。大好きだから一緒にいてくれて大切にしてくれてたんだってわかったの。
そんなの当たり前じゃないですか。
私が黙っていなくなったのに、レイとミツルが探しに来てくれて嬉しかったよ。
We love you, so of course we came looking for you. I'm your daddy and I love you. Why wouldn't I come looking?
私もね、大好きなの。レイもミツルもすっごく大好きだよ。だからね、どうしたらお返しできるかなって考えたの。
How could she tell us how much she loved us?
いっぱい笑えばいいんだよね。幸せだよって笑えばいいんだよね。
I felt that she really was happy with us. Her feelings poured into my chest. I'm happy, I'm alright. Please don't worry about me. I understood why she had all those feelings.
私も幸せですよ。みちると一緒にいられて幸せです。みちるが来てから毎日が兄様と一緒に3人でいるのが幸せです。 TD さんと4人で過ごして、おままごとで家族になった時も本当に嬉しくて。
So I wish we could be together a little longer. I rested my hand on Michiru's shoulder, knowing that was the thought she wanted to voice. I'm happy too. I can't even imagine going back to my life without little Michiru and Didi around.
兄様、
私と同じだね。私もね、みんなと一緒で家族になれて嬉しかったよ。毎日楽しくてずっと一緒にいたいなって思ったの。
みちるも。でしたら、
だからもう大丈夫だよ。
She no longer felt alone, for she had come to know the warmth of a family. I'll be lonely, but I'm alright now. I could almost hear her saying that.
大丈夫じゃないです。嫌です。いなくならないでください。
She told us she was alright, but alas.
みちるにはレイがいてくれるよ。
みちるも一緒でないとダメなのです。そうでないと私 私はダメなんです。
そんなことないよ。レイとミツルはお似合いだから大丈夫だよ。私は遊びに来ただけだもん。だから帰るだけで寂しくないよ。
It's alright, it's alright. She said it over and over again, like a mantra.
一緒に遊んだことずっと覚えてるからね。楽しかったこと全部覚えてるから。忘れないから大丈夫だよ。だからね、みちるも忘れないでね。私を好きになってくれたこと忘れないでね。
忘れません。忘れるわけないじゃないですか。みちると一緒にいられて幸せだったんです。だ
ったらね、笑って。嬉しいときは笑ってくれないとね。
She's right. During the happy times, you have to smile. Little Michiru was going to make it home safely. That was a good thing, so this was a joyous occasion. Michiru had to be happy, she had to celebrate, and she had to smile. She had to wear her smile a little while longer, so she wouldn't make little Michiru sad.
ねえ、泣かないでよ。
And I had to support Michiru in her sadness. So Don't go. I couldn't see her off with a smile after all.
お父さん、笑ってよ。
There's no way I can do that. I don't want you to go. I want to be with you forever too. I wanted to pull her close. I wanted to hold onto her tightly so she couldn't go home. But alas.
いなくならないで。ずっと一緒にいてください。
ごめんね、お母さん。せっかくわがまま言ってくれたのに。一緒にいたいけど、私がいるのはここじゃないってわかっちゃうんだ。みちるもレイもお父さんとお母さんなんだけど違うから、ごめんなさい。大好きだけど一緒にいたいけど私のうちじゃないから。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。みちる、謝らなくていいのです。みちるは悪くなんて。みちるは帰るのだから見送ってお祝いしないといけませんよね。
In spite of our sadness, in spite of our loneliness. When a child is leaving on a journey, you just have to send them off with a smile.
どうですか？ちゃんと笑えていますか？
お母さんの笑った顔大好きだよ。
私もですよ。きっとみちるの笑顔も素敵なのでしょうね。
Yeah, it's so precious. I definitely won't ever forget your smile. I wanted to etch that face into my memory so that I would never forget. But, alas, I couldn't look at her right now, no matter what.
大好きだって言ってくれたこと この前は渡せなかったけど、今日はちゃんとお祝いできて嬉しかったよ。みんなにお別れできないのは寂しいけど、また会いに来るからね。
Even as we struggled to keep our smiles, the emotions bubbling under the surface threatened to reveal themselves on our faces at any moment.
また会えた時は私のこと大事にしてね。私のお誕生日もお祝いしてね。抱きしめて大好きだって言ってね。言ってくれたら、そしたら私もいっぱいわがまま言えるようになるから。お母さんもまた会えたらいっぱい笑ってね。お父さんと仲良くして幸せだって笑ってね。
Of course, I love Michiru after all.
私もです。大好きだから一緒にいるだけで幸せですよ。
Despite the tears flowing down our cheeks, we were still smiling. We were sad, yet happy all the same.
ですけど幸せだって思えるのもみちるがいたからですよ。
That's right. If you were here with us, that would make us even happier than just the two of us being together.
そっか、よかった。
When she heard that, she didn't have to force herself to smile. Her expression became like that of a lost child who had finally found her mother again.
私邪魔になってなかったんだね。私もお父さんとお母さん幸せにできてたんだ。
Teardrops fell relentlessly from her smiling visage.
もちろんです。そんなの当たり前じゃないですか。
We've both received so much love from you, so this time we are returning the favor. How important you are to us, how much we love you. We'll tell you as much as we can. Our feelings were communicated more clearly through a hug than through words. It was as if our emotions, which had no need for words, were being transferred through our contact. Though we were crying, though we could no longer smile, our happiness was still conveyed strongly as ever.
ありがとう、お父さん。大好きだよ。お母さん、私忘れないからね。覚えてるから。また会えたら私の名前呼んであげてね。
もちろんです。何度でも呼びますから。大好きだって伝えますから。胸を張ってあなたのお母さんと言えるようになりますから。あなたの誕生日もお祝いしますから。だから
ありがとう、お母さん。もう大丈夫だよ。
A smile appeared on little Michiru's face, like a flower coming into bloom, telling us that she was truly happy. Her joyful face was as beautiful and elegant as flower petals dancing in the wind.
お父さん、お母さん、ありがとう。
みちる？
She began to float away, drifting with the breeze. Ah, wait! She was bound for a place we could not reach. As if she had only been a dream. She grew fainter and less material.
いや、待って。私 消えないで。
大丈夫だよ、お母さん。私はここにいるから。また会えるからね。
やだ、待って。もう少しだけ。離れたくないの。ずっと一緒にいたいの。まだ伝えたいことがたくさんあるのに。
伝わったよ。大好きだっていっぱい教えてもらったもん。
まだ足りないんです。大好きだって、大切だって言い足りません。兄様と3人でもっと思い出を作りたいのに、叶えてない約束だってまだあるのに。遊びに行ってお弁当を作って食べさせ合って、疲れるまで走り回って。
とっても楽しそうだね。ありがとう、お母さん。
Our overflowing tears could not be wiped away. Our emotions could not be restrained. In spite of the smile on little Michiru's face, there was no way we could be glad about what was happening.
このまま日が暮れるまで遊んで、一緒にお風呂に入って、同じお布団で眠りましょう。新しい絵本を買って一緒に読んで、それから
ありがとう。楽しみに待ってるね。
待つなんて、そんなこと言わないで。待たせたりなんか、一人きりになんてさせませんから。無理なんてしなくてもいいのに。
平気だよ。一人で待つのももう寂しくないから大丈夫だよ。お父さんとお母さんが迎えに来てくれるって知ってるもん。
She was gradually slipping through Michiru's fingers, as if to convey that she hoped someday we would come back for her.
楽しい思い出たくさんできたから大丈夫だよ。だからね、お母さんも楽しい思い出いっぱい作ってね。お父さんと幸せになってね。
Yeah, of course we will. You too, little Michiru. I could barely get the words out, and I had to hope that little Michiru could still hear me. At the very end, little Michiru, who wished for us both to be happy together, wore a smile on her face.
お父さんとお母さんがいてくれて私幸せだったよ。
私も。
ありがとう。大好きだよ。
How could she just say that at the very end? It wasn't fair. I was happy. Too happy. I even wanted to smile.
どうしてまだ言ってほしくなかったのに。笑顔も見せられなかったのに。
Our happiness and sadness melted into the sunlight, with the drifting of the flower petals into the sky far above.
言っちゃ嫌だって言った。
Teardrops stained the ground, flowing freely, defying all restraint. Michiru, there's no reason to hold back any longer. I put my arm around Michiru, holding her hand in mine as she wailed. Just like I figured, we couldn't send her off with a smile. Like children, we cried, and continued to cry. In substitution for the smiles we wore before, we now grieved for the happiness we once had. Just that short time we had spent together had created the most extraordinary feelings, so extraordinary that any words used to describe them seemed inadequate. Had those feelings accumulated as the years went by, no matter how long we lived, we never would have been able to express them. From now on, we would carry a bittersweet sort of burden, a blessing, yet also a curse. From now on, there would undoubtedly be times of sorrow ahead. Despite all that, I wanted to hold onto my feelings for the most important people in the world to me. I simply needed to wait for her to come back into my life one day. I would not be waiting in solitude. After all, I wasn't alone. Another incredibly important person to me was still by my side. So, until I could greet the other person with a smile, I needed to wait. When that time finally arrives, I will almost certainly be shedding tears. But all the same, come what may, she will bring me no end of smiles. When that time arrives, I will call her name with tenderness in my voice. And then I will say to her, "For being born into this world, I thank you from the bottom of my heart."
時が過ぎ笑い合えるまた思い出へと変わる日々を重ねたくさんの過去より今また紡いでく希望に輝く光へ
The wind stirred. Just as that time before, flower petals danced to and fro. We could, at long last, look back on that moment with a smile.
二人だけだと静かですね。
Yeah, the word peaceful comes to mind too. Michiru moved closer to me, as if to verify I was still there with her. As I felt her body's warmth, I also felt the second hand on the watch ticking away. Tick, tock. In the palm of my hand, it resounded with a consistent tempo. It was not chipping away at the past, but progressing time towards the future. Therefore, surely this watch was not linked just with the past.
兄様、今あの子のことを考えていましたよね。
Yeah, and I presume you were doing that too?
そうですね。お揃いです。
Michiru showed me a lovely smile, one befitting of a girl her age. Her smiling expression aroused feelings of happiness and excitement within me. Having gone through such a wondrous experience over the past month, Michiru had changed little by little from it all.
素敵な夏の思い出ができましたね。
I guess so. It feels like we've taken just one little step into adulthood.
逆にお互い子供らしくなってしまった部分もありましたが。
For Michiru, one could say she had reclaimed her childhood. The memories which the four of us had made together would never fade away. Someday, that precious family would be reunited once more. Such was the future which lay ahead, though there was no need to hurry, for we had all the time in the world. But honestly, Michiru, I like you as you are now too.
ありがとうございます、兄様。そう言っていただけると嬉しいです。
The look of resignation that Michiru used to wear had completely disappeared from her face. She had matured into a charming woman who wore many different expressions. I had grown to like that Michiru quite a lot.
嬉しいことや悲しいことも経験しました。笑って泣いて慌てて怒って、どれも忘れていた懐かしい感情で幸せでした。兄様と二人だけの世界では見つけられない時間だったと思います。
You're right, I feel the same way. Being together with you is happiness, but being together with everyone is even greater happiness. We had become a family of 3, or rather 4. It was the kind of blessing you could only get from a larger family. In addition, having no shortage of friends and companions gave deeper meaning to the times when the two of us were alone together.
あらあら、子供が欲しいだなんて兄様ったら気が早いですね。
I didn't say that.
ですけど気持ちはわかります。賑やかだった分寂しさがありますからね。みちるのために慌てて整えた部屋も結局使いませんでしたからね。
Oh, you're right. She always hung around in your room or mine. Nevertheless, once she was gone, we hadn't cleaned out the room at all. The hat, the presents, and the dolls, they would remain there, awaiting the day little Michiru came back for them. Do you think we could leave it like that until we've grown up?
そうですね。出迎えてあげられるまであの時の気持ちを忘れないようにしましょう。
Not to mention the feelings of the time when she returns. Just imagining the future conjured images of happiness in my mind. Even if there were difficult times ahead of us, we both knew a blessing lay in wait for us on the horizon.
そうそう、子供の教育はしっかりしないといけませんね。例えば知らない人に自分の名前を教えないようにしませんと。
Yeah, wouldn't want her to get kidnapped.
どうしてもという時は私の名前を名乗るように言い聞かせておきましょうか。
Michiru giggled.
みちるって。
If we did that, even if she did get kidnapped, I bet she'd be able to get back home without telling anyone her real name. Yeah, right. That must have been what had happened all along. So I was glad I'd never learned what that girl's real name was. The two of us still had to come up with a name for her. But now was the time for sowing the seeds of love. Hand in hand, step by step, we would walk on our road together. For facing a happy future with a smile was the neat thing to do. And were we to cherish the time we had together, then eventually...
ですけど、子作りをしないと赤ちゃんは生まれませんからね。
Don't ruin the mood!
余韻でしたら、布団の中で味わう方が素敵だと思いませんか？
That's a totally different kind of mood, you know? I heaved a deep sigh at her bluntness, but perhaps this behavior was befitting for us both after all. After all, this was the Michiru I fell in love with. And for Michiru, this was the Rei she fell in love with. When it comes to having kids, we are not ready for that yet.
まだですか？
Yeah, we need to gain more life experience and maturity, then we can start thinking about it. Once I felt I was able to hold my head up high and call myself a parent, then I intend to work hard myself, so I can become the kind of person who can support a family. I want to be the kind of person who can be proud to support you and make you happy. So when that time comes, please be gentle with me.
頼むだなんて、こちらこそとお願いするくらいですよ。ただ、私はずっと兄様の隣にいますから、焦らないでくださいね。いつまでも兄様のことを思い続けますから。
Once more, the wind stirred. As if in blessing of us, flower petals danced to and fro. Within the haze of those petals, Michiru's smile displayed true happiness. I love you, Michiru.
私もです。兄様、愛しています。これからもずっと。ですから。
It was this smile that I vowed to protect from now on.
末永く私のことを愛してくださいね。
Fin.
Chrono Clock.
Well then, we are back at the title screen, and before I end this video, let's have a look at Michiru's bonus scenes, shall we? The first class after summer vacation felt longer than usual. It had been a while since I attended school, so my mind and body were still stuck in vacation mode. I would usually laze about this time of year. But not this time. I had Michiru to thank for that. I wanted to see that girl again someday, and I didn't want to be ashamed of myself when I did. When I put it that way, I naturally began to put up with the tedium of school classes. Although it's very likely that Michiru herself wasn't taking any classes. I was thinking about these things when school ended. Regardless her current condition, I'm sure Michiru would be tired by now. We had promised to walk home together, so I went to her classroom to pick her up. Well,
あ、先輩。
I guess I didn't need to go to her classroom.
兄様、お疲れ様です。
Hey, Michiru! Michiru walked to my side and leaned her body against me. We were in public, so I couldn't hug her, though I really wanted to. I just let her body rest on mine. That was enough. Michiru's warmth blew the last bit of exhaustion out of me.
さ、ここ学校なんだけど。
I know that. What of it?
美咲さんはとうとう自分のいる場所すらわからなくなったのですね。
She must be lost, like in a philosophical sense.
少女趣味とも言えますけどね。誰か私を見つけ出してと。
そんなこと言ってない。
Misaki stomped her feet on the ground as per usual.
学校でイチャイチャするなってことよ、ビシッ。
イチャイチャ何のことですか？
That's not what we are doing at all.
私がおかしいわけ？
Well, you do seem to be outvoted on that. This was just perfectly normal physical affection between siblings. Actual flirting between lovers would be on a whole other level. Alright, Michiru, you want to get going?
ええ、美咲さんとも大切な話をしていたわけではありませんから。
うわぁ、もう私この兄弟のノリについていけなくなってきたわ。
ひと夏の経験が私を成長させてくれたのです。
ひと夏って、ああ、みちるのことね。
ええ、あの子のおかげで学べたことがたくさんありました。
She sure did. I felt like Michiru and I had grown up. Our relationship had taken a turn for the better too. We have that little girl to thank for that.
なので今日からみちると会う準備をしようかと思っています。
I ended up corpsing on the spot. There was only one way we'd get to see little Michiru again, and that was...
あれ？みちるって帰ったんじゃなかった？
その通りですが、また会えることになりそうなんです。
what she said. Naturally, to see little Michiru again, there were many, many things which needed to be done. So many things to learn, so many in fact, that I had no idea where to start. It was definitely going to be no small task. But surely Michiru's idea of preparations can't be what I think it is.
ただ、会うためには段階を踏む必要があるんですよ。
やっぱりそれなりの事情があるのよね。詳しくはわからないけど応援してるわ。それと困ったことがあったら相談しなさい。いいわね。
ありがとうございます、美咲さん。
While I appreciated the thought, I had a feeling that Misaki didn't clue into what sort of preparations Michiru was referring to. They were preparations for, you guessed it, getting knocked up. It's an invitation to engage in the act. I knew I was the only one who got it, but it's still bold. I'm sure Michiru enjoyed my reaction.
確かに大変なことはありますけど、愛の前では些細な問題ですから。
家族愛よね。
ええ、もちろんです。
Nervous conversation unfolded before my eyes.
ならいいわ。私も会えるのを楽しみにしてるから。
努力しますわ。
Yeah, all in due time.
それじゃあ私は用事あるからそろそろ行くわね。
Things must be her violin. It looks like Misaki's working hard towards her goals too. Keep at it, Misaki.
言われなくても頑張るわよ。
Misaki waved us goodbye and we saw her off as she walked into an empty classroom. And that's when I heard a cute sound coming from slightly below me.
兄様と美咲さんが分かり合っている気がします。
Really?
とっても意気投合していますし、秘密の共有がありそうです。
She's exactly right. But I promised Misaki not to tell anyone. I do have a secret with her, but I can't tell you. I'm keeping my relationship with Michiru a secret from everyone, so I can't say anything until I get permission. That doesn't change the fact that you're the one that loves and understands me most, Michiru.
ありがとうございます。兄様、秘密の内容はいずれ美咲さんから聞かせていただきますわ。
Just let it go.
手荒な真似などいたしませんよ。美咲さんとはこの先も仲良くしていきたいですから。言うまでもありませんが、兄様を交えた3人で ですよ。
Yeah, let's keep it that way. This was supposed to be a normal conversation. But Michiru can make anything sound suspicious with the way she says it. The three of us belong together. She doesn't mean that in a weird way, does she? Now I'm getting turned on. We discussed the matter on our walk home. Makoto had asked Didi out earlier, so no one should be dropping in my room until nighttime. Which left Michiru and I alone. We had kept our relationship from our surroundings as best we could, but word was bound to get out eventually. There would be difficulties that we would have to overcome, but I tried to put it aside for now.
さて、ようやく二人きりになれましたね、兄様。
Yeah. We'd been alone since we walked home from school, but it'd be insensitive of me to tell her that.
なので、先ほどのことを確認したいと思いますが。
You mean the preparations to meet Michiru?
私の言いたいことなど、兄様にはお見通しということですね。
I'd like to see someone who couldn't see through your words, especially when you put them that way. Michiru and I had passed the line of being siblings. But our relationship only existed because of that little girl, Michiru. I'm sure Michiru wanted to go over that line today, to take our relationship to the next level. I feel the same way you do, but I just hadn't expected we were going to do this today. I wouldn't say that I didn't have any libido. On a more serious note, I wanted to become more intimate with Michiru. The next step would be for us to sleep together.
兄様にそう言っていただけて安心しました。では、結納の準備からですね、兄様。
Wait, you're moving too fast now. Turns out I would need more preparations than I'd expected. Damn it, despite how she looks, Michiru is still a Savatari. She might actually be serious about this.
あら、そういうつもりで関係を進めようとおっしゃったのではないのですか？
Well, kind of, but a dowry is a bit much, don't you think?
ええ、兄様がこの家を継ぐ以上、夫婦となることは難しいでしょうね。対外的に妻の存在は認めなくてはいけません。ちなみにですが、兄様はどなたか希望の方はいらっしゃいますか？
Let's not have this discussion right now. Please stop.
それもそうですね。将来がどうなるかはまだわかりませんし、それにどうあっても私は生涯兄様を愛し続けますから。
Thank you, Michiru. I'm glad that she is always thinking of me. The feelings of guilt I had felt until then went away.
私は兄様と心のつながりが得られましたから、これまでの思いは報われました。ですから次は体のつながりを得ましょう。
I have mixed feelings about how she's been so upfront about this. As mixed as my feelings may be, I guess we both want to do this. Sure.
なるほど。兄様、二言はありませんね。もう覆せませんからね。
Of course.
では早速いたしましょう。さあさあ、早く脱いでください。いいえ、私が脱がせます。
Whoa, calm down. You need to set the mood for something like this.
これが落ち着いてられますか？ゆっくりしている場合ではありません。勢いが大事なのです。 DD さんに暇を出していると言っても、いついかなる障害が発生するかわからないのですよ。
Your iron's too hot, Michiru. We can take our time. Build the atmosphere. You know, I should probably shower.
ご安心を。兄様のお体は私がきれいにさせていただきます。
Now come on, it's summer. I'm all sweaty.
それを洗い流すなんてもったいないです。
Wait, no, stop! She didn't let me finish. Michiru overwhelmed me with her excitement. Next thing I knew, she had exposed my lower half. Okay, it's time to make a cut, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's check out the second scene. According to the calendar, the end of summer was near. The air was cool and the sun was somewhat calm that day. It would have been a shame to spend this wonderful day cooped up in our room. The day after we discussed this, Michiru and I went out for a picnic. Under the blue sky, I faced Michiru on top of the leisure sheet. There was a lunchbox on her lap. In Michiru's hand was a rice ball.
はい、兄様。
After our regular exchange, I opened wide and bit into the rice ball. It was crunchy. She must have used mustard greens as her main ingredient.
兄様を餌付けしている心地です。
My mouth was full, so I couldn't comment on that. I chewed in a hurry. As I did, a refined saltiness spread in my mouth. It's good.
手伝いを頑張った甲斐がありました。
I'm just glad I could eat your cooking, Michiru. Yes, Michiru cooked us lunch for once. She made us rice balls and salads, simple dishes which didn't require the use of a knife. Simple as they were, I was more touched by the fact that Michiru went through the pains of cooking for me. Okay, your turn now, Michiru. I took a piece of omelette from the lunchbox.
優しくしてくださいね。
I was feeling magnanimous today, so I kindly ignored her joke. Come on, Michiru.
兄様から自主的に。天にも昇る心地です。
Don't go to heaven just yet. Just eat it.
少々お待ちを。心の準備をさせてください。ちなみにですが、口移しで食べさせ。
Say
冗談です。人に見られてしまいますからね。密通というのも甘美なものです。
I guess you don't want it.
お待ちを。今食べますから。
Michiru opened her small mouth as wide as she could and bit into the omelette.
美味しいです。
Seeing Michiru's smile warmed my heart. It wasn't the warmth of romantic love. This was the warmth of knowing that you had made a family. My heart was in a cradle of bliss.
兄様、次はサラダをお願いします。
Sure, no problem. I felt at peace when I was next to Michiru. I couldn't find this anywhere else. It must have been because we'd never been strangers since Michiru was born. Crow called us a husband and wife who skipped being lovers. There weren't enough moments where my interactions with Michiru would cause my heart to race. But I was sure I couldn't find this sense of security with anyone else. Thanks for the meal.
お粗末様でした。
It took some time for us to empty the lunchbox because we took turns feeding each other. Not that it was a problem, it was much healthier to take your time with your food. And it nourished my heart just as well too.
それにしても、きれいに食べられましたね。
Yeah, I think I ate too much.
それは申し訳ありません。作っている時に熱が入りすぎてしまいました。
That's alright. I'd eat as much of your cooking as I could, Michiru.
そう言ってもらえると光栄です。今度はもう少し手の込んだ料理にも挑戦してみますね。
Looking forward to it. But don't hurt yourself, alright?
そのあたりは DD さんと他のメイドが見てくれていますから。
Do you want me to be there too?
男子厨房に入るべからずというのが我が家の家訓です。
Not that the Savatari family had that motto to begin with. So does that mean she wants to start this with us? Well, whatever. I'll leave Michiru to DD and the maids when she cooks. It'd be more exciting if I didn't know what I was getting for lunch after all.
それより兄様、まだデザートが残っているのですが。
Dessert. I think I'm gonna need to wait a while for the food to digest. I know they say you always have room for dessert, but I don't want to force myself. Michiru just smiled as if she expected that answer.
ご安心を。軽く運動すればお腹も減ってきますから。
Hmm?
はい。兄様、どうぞ。
Michiru got closer to me and squeezed my hand.
デザートに私はいかがですか？
Huh. Dumbass. I flicked Michiru's chin. Michiru pouted as if unsatisfied with my answer.
どうしてですか？
Well, just think about it. I looked around at the people around us. It'll be a huge mess if people see us. And I don't want anyone else to see you naked. Not to say I wasn't interested in doing it outside, but I sure didn't want to do it in the middle of the day. I had fantasized about it, but the reality of it was that it was too much.
そういう理由でしたら、私にいい考えがあります。
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this already, but what sort of idea?
つまり、人に見られなければいいのです。
Huh? Michiru stood up as I was still dumbfounded. She walked away, forcing me to follow her.
こちらに人の気配がしない場所がありますよ。
Come on, don't just leave me in the dark.
最近はいたす機会もありませんでしたし。平日は兄様が勉強の時間を増やされたので、話す時間が減ってしまいました。休日は DD さんがいるので、二人きりになるのも難しいです。
Sorry. I was only thinking of Michiru and Michiru. It was true that I had been studying management lately.
仕方のないことだと私も分かっております。ですから、こういう機会を逃したくないのです。
I didn't have the strength to resist her after she said that. Are you absolutely sure no one else is going to come here?
もちろんです。下調べをしていましたから。
What the hell are you scheming anyway? I thought she just picked a place at random, but I guess this was part of a plan.
兄様との時間のためでしたら、労力も惜しみません。
Yeesh, I feel like there's no such thing as the man in this relationship. I had stopped following Michiru at some point, and we were now facing each other, our hands entwined. I was interested to begin with. Michiru's pleas were enough to break my scales of judgment.
まずは私から兄様にご奉仕いたしますね。
And cut! Okay then, that was Michiru's route. And next time on Chrono Clock, we will start DD's route. Thanks for watching everyone, and have a nice day. Bye bye!